Hey everybody, so this is just a quick how-to on how to harvest potatoes, which is really simple. Here, let me just turn the camera around. So this is where my potatoes have been. I've already harvested this half. Here's my haul so far. I expect to get about twice that many when I get the shovel out. But you want to wait until your potatoes look something like this, where they've all flopped over and started to look pretty much dead. And you kind of usually want to wait and not water them for like 2 days before you're going to harvest so that they're not full of mud. But I was going to harvest today and then it rained, so mud it is. But what you do is you just grab hold, pull them up, shake some of the dirt off so you can see what you're doing. And here you can see this would have been the seed potato that you planted. See how it's just the skin is still attached here, and then all the nice roots, all the little baby potatoes. Sometimes I keep these. They're really good in stews. Depending on how you've been watering and how you've been fertilizing, sometimes these can be really bitter. But I keep them anyway. If you make a stew with like a red wine and let them soak, oh, they're really good. So then you just go through and pick them up, put them in your basket. You're going to take them to your next destination. Don't rough them up. Don't clean the dirt off. Just leave them as they are. Get them nice and dug up here. We grab a few before we go to the next place. These are obviously just the reds. I also planted yellows. They were on that side of the tank. Now, not all your potatoes are going to be attached to your dead tomato leaves. So make sure that you get a shovel or you use your hands and you dig those babies out because they're down there. The bigger ones would have been on the bottom usually. They're not attached anymore. So just because you only got a few off the plant doesn't mean there's not more. Just right there in the dirt. So make sure you dig through thoroughly. If you're using a shovel, be careful you don't cut them in half because the skins are important to keep intact if you want them to last. You're going to store them. See, they just keep coming. Okay, I'm going to take this batch over to the next step. So this is where I am hardening my vegetables this year. It's got some onions I did earlier down there. Put the potatoes on this side. So what I'm going to do is just lay them all out nice and so they all have air. You do not want to leave them in a basket like this because the ones in the bottom will not get dry. So I'm just going to lay them out. So that's the first batch. When you're hardening your potato skins, you don't want to rinse them. Just leave the dirt on them. Don't leave them in direct sunlight or anywhere where they're going to get really hot. In here, there's a lot of airflow from the two big doors, but it's also not in direct sun and it stays cooler in here. So they will sit like this for 2 to 6 days, sometimes longer. You just got to come out and kind of test them and see. What you're looking for is that the skin is hardened up. I'd not really want to damage this, but just run your nail over it. And this is pretty hard but you can see that the skin peeled up fairly easily. And some of them might not harden too much. You just got to watch and see if they're getting dry, basically. It shouldn't take too much longer than that. And then you put them somewhere where they will stay cool, not get too much moisture or too much heat, and enjoy them all winter long. So I'm going to go back out and get the second load.